John the Baptist.
He's not here today, love.
Him.
No, man, I'm Chinese Elvis. John the
Yes.
Baptist is a different
Yes,
fella.
you are. Yes. You look so.
I look like John.
Your features.
No, I'm just Chinese Elvis, not John the Baptist. John the Baptist, he's a different fella.
Elvis,
How you doing, man?
you know you're still alive.
It's nice to see you, man.
Nice to see you, man.
We're trying to raise some money for the Tsunami appeal inside the thing, so send people along. We've got a bit of a show for you. I'll sing a few numbers, get a bit sexy for you.
Okay then.
And we're trying to find some money. Little babies love Elvis. I'm sure you know that. How you doing, baby? I'm going to sing you a few songs. We're going to raise some money for the Tsunami deck appeal. Come on, man.
Walking through a party in the county jail. The prison band was there, they began to wait. The band was jumping and the joint began to swing. You should have heard the knocked out jailbird sing. Let it rock. Everybody let it rock. Everybody in old cell block was dancing to the jailhouse rock.
So where did you get this suit made?
I didn't, actually. It was a fluke. Somebody actually offered it to me. Somebody who was an Elvis in Vegas wanted to flog it because he's giving it up being Elvis, and thought, who could I get the most money from, presumably? A Chinese geezer. And he was right. Unbelievably, these sideburns cost £300. They are made to measure for my face, and they also have bits of grey sewn in to match my tinted mane. A very important part of Chinese Elvis's costume is the cricket box. Now you wouldn't. It's for two reasons, I suppose. One, it's the less important reason, is aesthetically you get a nice little cup. But secondly, because the gigs I do, unbelievably, believe it or not, they like to grab my balls. Men and women. This is a fella, he lives on my street. We've been old pals for 4 years now. I don't know you.
No, I work here myself, so
Oh, right, okay.
working with Alex.
I'm just waiting to hear from the organisers what exactly my task is today, but
You're gonna have a big task on your back. You're gonna have a big one and all that.
well, I can deal with it, you know. What to do to die today at a minute or two to two, a thing extremely hard to say but a harder thing to do. For there'll be a tattoo at 20 to 2, a rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat. See, I ran out of breath. Because I told you about this hamstring thing, I might stretch out a bit before I go on. What to do to die today at a minute or two to two, a thing extremely hard to say but a harder thing to do. For there'll be a tattoo at 20 to 2, rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat, and a dragon will come and beat his drum at a minute or two to two today at a minute or two to two. I mean, that's good enough for me, you know what I mean? Please give a big warm welcome to the King from Beijing! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are not worthy! You've seen him on the billboards, you've seen him on the TV! Now see him for yourself at the Albany! Yes! It's ChineseElvis! Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm in the building, so I'm going to make no calls about it. I'm just going to come out here, I'm going to introduce myself, I'm going to shake you out of the hand. How you doing, man? Don't want to disturb your food. The family quite think, especially now that I've had this AOL exposure, now it's like, they think it's brilliant. You know, they didn't dare say it out loud before, but now it's like, oh well, now they say, well, yeah, we love Elvis. That's kind of what it's like, basically. A little less conversation with more action. All this animation satisfaction in me. Little less fight, a little less fight, little less fight, a little more spark. Put your mouth on your heart, baby, satisfy me. That's right, baby. Satisfy me, baby.
He's quite cool, he's very smart, and he's very brave.
Little more fight, little less fight, little less fight, little more spark. Put your mouth on your heart, baby, satisfy me. Satisfy me, baby.
I think what's interesting about Chinese Elvis is that I say I'm feeling very sexy tonight. You all look very sexy. I always talk about how sexy everything is, and sexy Chinese Elvis is like is a word. It's an adjective that I've invented. A sexy Chinese Elvis.
That's very nice, baby. I feel like one of those lap dances. Just bring a pole on. You're gonna stick your money in my belt.
In spite of the fact that I grind my groin in people's faces, I say that I'm feeling sexy and that you look sexy and I want to go home with you, and whatever gagged them up with. The husbands and the boyfriends aren't threatened by this at all. And I think this says something about the attitude of people towards the Chinese. I would go so far as to say that the Chinese don't have a sexual profile. They don't have any sexual currency. That people don't think of Chinese men, in particular, as sexual.
If you're looking for trouble, you came to the right place. If you're looking for trouble, look right in my face. I was born standing up and talking back. My daddy was a green-eyed man, and yeah, because I'm evil. My middle name is Misery. Yeah. That's right, I'm evil. So don't you mess around with me. The winner of the food hamper, you could call it that, is Robert McGowan. Do we have Robert in the house? Robert, it's your lucky day. You're not going to believe this. When we call you, Robert is going to probably blow his mind when he finds out that he's got couscous and some minestrone coming his way, courtesy of those Tsunami guys.
Chinese Elvis is like so non-threatening that no one wants to beat me up or anything. I feel totally empowered.
I'll show you this picture in particular. It reminds me of an Elvis that I have a kind of problem with. It's not a personal problem, it's a professional problem, ladies and gentlemen. You may not have thought of this, but being a Chinese Elvis is quite a competitive business, to be honest. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, being an ethnic Elvis, or being among the diverse Elvi, as we like to politically correctly put it, is actually quite a competitive business nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. There is an Indian fella. He calls himself Elvis Patelvis. Anyone? How about that Mexican guy, Elvis? But there's also a Jewish Elvis, ChineseElvis.
I can say anything I want, and I do. I can go anywhere I like, and I do. I can chat up any woman I like, and no one cares. And so I love being Chinese Elvis.
All the lilac trees in the heart of town. Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? Knowing I'm on the street where you live, and all that towering feeling, just to know somehow you care, and all that towering feeling, for every second you may suddenly appear. People stop and stare, they don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let that time go by. No, I don't care. Can be here on the street where you live.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Saida, very own. That's fantastic. Thank you very much, baby.